Hey guys, Colbert here. Welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. So we just got the news about Razelvark's fusion. This will start on April 13, as we all knew, with the live arena patch that will also be going live to the whole world out there, not just beta testing anymore. It will be a ton of fun, but I'm just going to cover that when the time comes. Got some news. We have CvC. You guys know the deal. CvC comes in. They're either going to have a 1+1 or they're going to have 10x. Most of the time, it's a 10x for a non-void champion and a void champion. That's what I'll be covering today. I know it's a little bit boring, but I'll also cover the champions. Maybe one of you out there is interested to see a small showcase, not a guide or anything, just a small showcase of champions. Since this time around, I actually have both of them and I can show them while I'll talk about the 10x. So let's get started with the non-void champion, and that will be Mortu-Macaab. I would say one of the best live arena, coincidentally, champions that I've seen used in terms of making your opponent think and making it as a punishment for your opponent for using an AoE damage dealer. So very quickly, Mortu-Macaab is a demon spawn legendary champion, non-void, as I've mentioned before, and he has this very special skill. You've seen it when you're trying to beat the campaign. You get boom, hit by peril, you die and you cannot be revived. It sucks, and you go again and you try to get that 3-star on nightmare. Especially, it's a nightmare. Yeah, it's a nightmare to get it. And I know the deal. You have to cheese it or find another strategy or something to actually get Mortu-Macaab down, but when you do, it feels so good. Peril, very, very strong. Ignores defense, shield, and block damage, but not unkillable. Not unkillable. Have that in mind. Unkillable is one of the best protections against Mortu-Macaab, so champions such as Leorius work so well against him. So with that being said, let me show you my Mortu, how I've built him, how you can build yours if somehow you get him. I don't recommend going for these 10x's, especially this time around. Nothing too special. These two champions are not overwhelmingly game changing, especially if you're talking about arena champions. They change nothing for your playstyle. It's pretty much just for the wells. And look at that, my Mortu's got 100k power with the stone skin set. I think my Mortu is built pretty well for what I use him for, which is the arenas. Let's have a look at the gear overall. Stone skin drops from the hydras, so work on your hydras if arena is something that you want to look out for, and maybe slowly work your way up. Okay, so stone skin, very strong because it gives you basically a protection of immense damage. Okay, you don't receive as much damage anymore once you have that stone skin set on. The 4-set bonus, 6-set bonus gives you even more protection, and you get a lot of other stats as well at the same time with that. Look at his stats: 100% crit, 295 crit damage, 130 in speed, 100,000 health. Why did I go so heavy with health on him? So 80% everywhere pretty much. Okay, 80% everywhere pretty much. The reason that I've done this is so I can boost the damage that Peril does, since this is an HP based nuke. That being said, Mortu does not need any books. If you get him, okay, don't need books, but if you book him out, these will do more damage and have more chance for the block buffs and all that. Although debuffs are nasty in arena currently because of polymorph. In terms of masteries, you don't go Helm Smasher because that makes no sense. Go for a little bit more damage through Flawless Execution. That's how I've went. And the defense round, I didn't go for this one because it gives you extra turn. I went for Retribution just to have that, and also the reduction from damage on AoE attacks by 5%. Kind of want that. I'm thinking I maybe should have gone for Life Drinker, maybe also Ruthless Ambush, but you know, this doesn't always happen. Sometimes you hit them with the A1s. You're just waiting to get hit, basically, with Mortu. Just waiting to get hit. And talking about waiting to get hit, Mortu does not shine in a speed booster team. So don't use like a speed booster, your arbiter, to go in, boost it up, and then... No, don't do that. Use a go second team, okay? A go second team will look something like this. The idea behind a go second team will be to basically get hit, have something that helps you survive. If you do manage to survive, let me move, put in the Duchess in there. All right, the idea is to get hit, okay, as much as possible. If you do get hit, come on, a stronger team. Is there a stronger team here? 51k. There's like 2 AoEs possibly here. Maybe something happens. So we'll go in there. I'll quickly show you Mortu. In my proc, it might not, but it will still be a ton of fun. Okay, here's a very strong Mortu team in terms of just surviving and having revives, having damage reduction, having ways to avoid single target, which single target is what beats Mortu most of the time. So you want to get hit by AoEs. There's the one, and you see that Fury Rage. That is possibly what we need. Okay, so now I'll try to remove some buffs. Look at that. I'm being really aggressive on them. Get hit a little bit there. They're gonna do nothing on us. This is not a team that I would use, but look at that. There's Peril because my passive here procced. Okay, it has a 20% chance to unlock the secret skill Peril. One turn when attacked. Also has a 20% chance to fill this champion's turn meter by 25%. It's a different, I believe it's a different proc. So it's a proc on the first part and a proc on the second part. Sometimes Peril does not proc. So yeah, the passive has no cooldown, so it can proc from multiple different AoEs, but you'll have it only once, right? You'll use it, then you have to get hit again, it to activate and all that. So what you do is, boom, kill the revivers, you kill the threats. It's all up to you. It can still weak hit though, so have that in mind. Can still have some issues which might cause you to, lose the fight. So what you do here is, this is a stall team, honestly, because you're running against the clock. They are running against the clock. They don't have the ability to survive. They got revives, but I got block revives, which doesn't help them that much. Okay. And what I will do is I'll either kill the revivers, or eventually Mortu will proc again, and I'll kill something forever. And yeah, it's gonna be a 2v4, and good luck. Probably in live arena, the enemy would have just quit if that happens. You force them. You force them to rage quit. Sometimes, because this happens, the block revive just have no option, especially if their team is a little bit weak. Let's just say, oh, I might as well quit. And I'm receiving AoE, as you see it. I'm receiving AoE here from Michelle, but it's not proccing. Yeah, it's not proccing my passive. It's not a passive where you can depend on. Right? Have that in mind. You can depend on that passive proc on the first time you get hit. Sometimes it happens. If it's campaign, you'll get hit and it activates immediately, but it happens. So that's Mortu. That's one of the part of the 10x. The other part of the 10x is the one and only, guys, Hegemon, which has fallen from grace, honestly, for the high-end PvP. But by all means, do use Hegemon if you have him for anything below platinum, and maybe top gold 5, because top gold 5 is people who are waiting to get into platinum, right? They're in the waiting line. So Hegemon, two different builds that you can go with. Me personally, I run a stun set Hegemon, and I don't even run him anymore. You see, he doesn't have enough pieces, so I'll just throw in 2 more stun pieces that I might have lying around, or might not even have anymore, because yeah, I did equip my Uko with some better stun. That's why I'm lacking a little bit right now. But if you do have something like an accuracy stun set, yeah, this works great on him. How I've built him is with a lot of speed, 500 accuracy, and I try no crit rate at all on Hegi in this set, the stun set. But if you are just playing now and you just got Hegemon, Hegemon is an insane damage dealer for early accounts, because you go 0 speed, high crit rate to get 100%, and then as much crit damage as possible and attack. You don't care about the speed stat. You don't care as much about accuracy, but it's nice to have the accuracy, because Hegi can lock them out completely with block active skills, and a decrease attack is insane. Okay, insane that he can do that on the start of the round. He does that on the start of the round because this is the only passive in the game that works this way. And if multiple Hegemons in the battle, the Hegemon with the highest speed will move first. That's why I have him with a good amount of speed. You don't need crazy speed, but I have him with good amount of speed. I used to, at least, because of enemy Hegemons. For the stun set and for the nuker Hegemons, you don't care about speed. In terms of masteries, for stun set Hegemon, you go obviously Fearsome Presence, but anything else, like a nuker Hegi, Elf Smasher, goes a long way. All right, let's go for the showcase for Hegemon. Honestly, he doesn't need a showcase. He's that good. But what you would do with the stun set Hegemon, let's reset here, is let's say you're fighting a speed team, okay? You don't know if you are fast enough. So what you would do is, okay, am I fast enough? Let me even remove that. My Trapta is not equipped at the moment, so let's go with single target. Might as well. So so I can show you, is you would go in there with your Hegemon, okay? You know that there's a possibility the enemy arbiter is faster. What you have to do is, okay, understand, okay, do I use the A1 or the A2 on Hegi? You might be thinking, okay, I should immediately use the A1. As you can see here, the arbiters are pretty much equal in terms of which one is going to go first. So what you can do is either go A2 and gamble on that lock chance on the enemy arbiter and also lock out the damage dealers, which is nice, or you pretty much know, okay, this is a little bit weird. I won't gamble, but I'll try to just do my A1, and because I have that mastery called Evil Eye is the accuracy booster one, then you will be able to basically reduce the enemy's turn meter by 20% because this is a single target attack. So what you do is you just tap, boom, look at that, and you know that you'll go first. Every other champion's turn meter will now be boosted by arbiter, and I should go first unless he has really fast speed boosters. And now I would go with my defense down champion maybe. I've got the block passives here. Boom, there's a first death. Oof, that Foley was fast, actually faster than my, I'm surprised he's faster than my my damage dealer. Okay, and now I'll just boop to the head on arbiter and then take them out. You see the stun, the block, look at all the debuffs that are applied, and that's why Hegi is so nice. And in this kind of power team, I could have used this a nuke Hegi and just killed them all, every single one of them. With the defense, they didn't have stone skin, but the reason that the stun set Hegi rose up above the nuke Hegi was because of all the stone skin sets and immunity sets that started being the meta, and then the meta changed to stone skin for the majority. Slower teams, the speed meta was no longer a thing, so things change. But these two champions that I've mentioned are still strong. What the top does on Plat Arena does not reflect the whole game, so they're still good champions. It's only 10x, nothing too unique. I would say save your shards for something in the future. Maybe you want to do the fusion, maybe not. Maybe you want to do something, maybe the fusion in May, because every month is something new, right? Thank you for watching. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.